Hello fellow gamers, this is Archimedes, the video game enthusiast from Germany. In today's video I would like to guess with you prices of the upcoming generation of consoles, the Xbox Series X and the PS5. But before I do that, please, if you like my videos, consider hitting that like and subscribe button, it would really help my channel out. But now let's dive into what we possibly will pay for the next generation of consoles. After the reveal of the Xbox Series X and the specs of the PS5, I have been guessing that we will pay for the next gen consoles the following prices. The Xbox Series X will come in at $499, the PS5 at $399, and the worst kept secret in the business, the rumored Xbox Lockhart, a less powerful console for the entry market and the casual gamers, will be priced at $299. But something has changed, and my new guesstimation for the upcoming generation of consoles are Xbox Series X at $399, PS5 at $449, and the Lockhart remains at $299. And I know, guessing that the Xbox Series X, an extremely powerful gaming system, comes in at such a low price point will trigger some fanboys. Archimedes! But here's why I think that we will see such a low price point. In the last few days we had two major interviews with head of Xbox Phil Spencer. They were done by IGN. I'll link and credit the videos in the description below. In case you missed them, go give them a watch, it's an interesting video, but I want to go into what Phil Spencer had to say when it came to price. Let's listen to the man.
You've got the box, you've got the services between backwards compatibility and Game Pass and Xbox Live. Are the games the last piece of it for you, do you think?
I mean, you guys hit it. Price will be important as well. Like in the end, if you look at it, price is usually a critical factor. I think if we look back at this generation at the beginning, I don't think the difference was the games. If you look at the first couple of years of Xbox One and PS4, I don't think that was the clear difference between the two platforms. People have taste differences and other things, but at the beginning, I don't think that was the real difference. So I think that price will be important, games will be important, but we also have...
So, if we listen to what Phil Spencer had to say about price, he is well aware that the price point is very critical and crucial for success of a next-gen console. He went even further and described how Microsoft as a company is backing up the Xbox division. Let's hear what he had to say about that.
I want to ask you about the lessons that you learned from 2013 that you're applying now. But one of the things that didn't go your way in 2013 was price and a seemingly quick reaction from Sony on the used games thing and your kind of digital messaging at that point. So with regard to price on Series X, is that sort of fixed no matter what? Is it just is what it is? Or is there a scenario where you might be reactive to the competition and be able to have some flexibility to adjust your price accordingly if you so desire?
We're getting incredible support from Microsoft. Satya Nadella, my boss, the CEO, Amy Hood, the CFO, they're very linked in to what our plans are. And we're going to make sure we stay agile on our pricing and that we have a good plan going into launch. But I think you hit it right, that there were other policy things around Xbox One and maybe even definitely some focus things in terms of learning, that I don't think it's just about price. I think you've got to have, but I think you've got to obviously be at a competitive price. You've got to have an offering that meets the needs of the customers that you want, and in many cases exceeds the needs of what they expected. And that's where, when I'm watching the response, I feel good about that.
So there you have it. The CEO Satya Nadella and the CFO of Microsoft are well aware of what possible pricings for Microsoft's console will be, And this just gives me personally the feeling that they have different what-if scenarios, and Microsoft is probably willing to take a loss on the selling of the consoles and make it up again with subscriptions, game sales, accessory sales, and so on. And Phil Spencer went even further and described that they are not just reactive to what Sony is doing, but they are also well aware of the worldwide economy. With the shit that is going on around the globe right now, Microsoft knows that probably most households will deal with economical special situations, and they cannot launch a system with an extremely high price point and expect high sales numbers. So let's hear what he had to say on that.
Yeah. Now, we do our own customer research, and we know that the value of the console has to be there. We have certain people that are looking for peak performance, and they want to be there day one. Other people, this is just one of the things, that discretionary income that they use to entertain their family. I also think we would just be remiss if we didn't talk about the economic realities that could be here next fall. I mean, not to be all doom and gloom. We saw the jobless claim numbers last week that came out. I think there's a lot of uncertainty. I think gaming is a luxury. And we should all just understand that.
So there you have it. Microsoft is obviously well aware of the importance of a good price point for the launch of their new gen systems. They are also well aware about the economy around the globe and how difficult the times can and will be in the next few months for all possible customers around the globe. But what about Sony? Well, we don't know much about Sony's strategy at this point. We have had a spec reveal, but what did we learn during that spec reveal? Well, the main components are basically the same. Both will use a power supply, both will use a 4K Blu-ray drive, and so on. There are two major differences. The first being the APU, so the combination of the GPU and the CPU in one chip. Sony using a smaller count of CUs, they are only using 36 CUs against the 52 that are used in the Xbox Series X, making their silicon die a lot smaller and therefore a lot cheaper. But they are also using a faster SSD that will come in at a higher price point than the SSD that is used in the Xbox Series X. So I don't know if the cheaper APU will balance out the more expensive SSD, but in the end I think that Sony does not have the same financial backing and the financial resources than Microsoft has. Microsoft has to be way more aggressive going into next gen, and that's why I think that they are willing to take a bigger loss than Sony will. And this brings me again to my conclusion. When it comes to price for the next gen systems, I think we will be paying for the Xbox Series X $399, for the PS5 $449, and for the probably soon to be revealed Xbox Lockhart, the Xbox Series X $299. Now, are those prices set in stone? Of course they are not. And I sure hope that Sony will go down to $399, because I plan to get both the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 on day one. But at this point I'm just thinking that $399 would probably bring in too high of a loss for Sony at the moment, and since they are the global market leader, they probably can afford to come in at a little higher price point than Microsoft, even with a less powerful console. But enough from me. What do you think? What will be the prices of the upcoming generation of consoles? Do you agree with me? Do you think the prices will be higher, lower? Let me know in the comments of this video below, or hit me up on Twitter. I'm always discussing the latest in gaming on my Twitter channel, and I share a lot of screenshots and impressions from the games I'm playing. And please, do me a favor. If you liked this video, hit that like and subscribe button and consider sharing it out on social media with other fellow gamers. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you the next time, and game on!